GoldBooker is a gold and digital asset investment firm. In its marketing, it highlights its high life, its CEO and workers in its big lavish offices, with promises of guaranteed returns per month. But all of this is a lie.
Hello, greetings and good wishes to all. I am Robert Jones, one of the members of the GoldBooker administration.
Passando al nostro primo piano che è growth, il deposito minimo inizia.
We have expanded into more than
But
18
how?
countries.
How can a company registered in 3 different countries, confident enough to showcase its workers, and bold enough to hold live Zoom sessions? How can that company be a scam? In this video, I'm going to show you 3 different aspects. 1, the website. 2, the ads. And 3, the man possibly behind this. When I first got the message to help check out this website, I went online to goldbooker.com. It says it's a digital asset investment company. The front page introduction was very vague. It's a licensed company prioritizing trust, reliability, and consistency. It doesn't say what license it has and what it actually does. Here it explains that it's a team of expert gold traders. Do they trade physical gold? Do they trade gold assets? Do they trade stocks of companies that only invest in gold? This is still very vague. Secondly, with each of these categories, different licenses are required as well. GoldBooker is a digital asset investment company. It doesn't say whether they invest in cryptocurrency, NFTs, or any other kind of digital assets. So far, there were a few red flags, but there was nothing very concrete yet. As you go through the page, you observe other things. For instance, they mention pips and the Fibonacci strategy. These refer to stocks and forex, and these are not usually categorized as digital assets. In the middle here, I of course observed the returns it promised. Total return here, 300%. We invest between $50 to $15,000, 350%. And here at $35,000 to $50,000, it's a return of 400%. The red flags were high up there. I scroll down to the end of the page, and here we had our first big break. When I first looked at these, something about them were off. Even looking at them, you can tell. First of all, the color grading is different. When professional companies do this, they make sure that the color schemes and the color grades across all pictures are the same. In this, they were very different. The situations were different as well. She is smiling close up to the camera, looks like a selfie picture. He is smiling, different background. He is in an office. When I scroll through, I observe the same thing. Now, I did the first thing I usually do in many of these videos, tracking them down. I reverse searched. My first instinct was these are stock images. With stock images, when you reverse search them, they usually bring up several results because different sites use them, and the stock site that published it in the first place usually still has it. Unfortunately, I had no luck. In this case, I couldn't find any of the pictures on any other websites apart from GoldBooker. Each one brought up only GoldBooker and no other website. Now, this went on with several other pictures until I had a break. See, while scrolling through, I saw this picture. This is a picture of a woman called Elena Brooks. Now this one, when I right-clicked it and searched Google for the image, I saw 2 different results. The second result here has changed, and when I first started shooting this video, I thought this was a bad thing. I've changed my mind on that. But before I get to this new result here, this result here was a YouTube thumbnail. So thank God at the time when I first did this, I went directly and downloaded the thumbnail. When I looked at the image had the word here, Sabrina Molero. So I went back to Google and I searched Sabrina Molero. And by the way, if you look very closely at this image, that the image here is the exact same image used here. The difference is she edited this one to include all of this to serve as a good thumbnail. And here, this is the original pure video. When I first researched this company, GoldBooker, the image here was actually exactly this one, but cropped at about here. And that helped me find this. Observe the name here, it says Elena Brooks. And here we found Sabrina Molero. After a little search, I found Sabrina's LinkedIn. So I sent her a message on LinkedIn confirming whether she knew this company and if she works with them. So if anyone watching this video knows Sabrina. Hey guys, after shooting this video, I received a response from Sabrina. Simply put, she doesn't know this company. She's never worked for them. She'd never even heard about them until I sent her the message. So we know one thing already. At the very least, one of their workers is not associated with this company. But how do they still have all those ads showcasing the yachts and the high life and all those employees? To answer that question, I went to their YouTube page and I watched the first video. Now, this first video is a video of their different employees introducing the company and what it does.
Hello everyone, I'm Olivia, and today we're going to know more about GoldBooker and the management at GoldBooker.
Watching through the first video, at the very least, nothing really stood out. It was a regular video, highly edited, you could tell, and overexposed. I could feel something was off, so I watched the video again. Now watch this and tell me what your eyes first catch.
Hello everyone, I'm Olivia, and today we're going to know more about GoldBooker and the management at GoldBooker.
There. Zoom in. What do you first see? Put a comment in the comment section. And the first thing I noticed there, and I think you did as well, is her teeth. Her teeth are blue. They have a tint to them, which tells me something, that this was shot with a green screen. See, when the lighting in a green screen is off, it can cause discoloration in the video itself. I rewatched the statement of the other workers from the beginning. All of them are the same, likely shot on a green screen, except Zara.
Hi everyone, I'm Zara.
Zara's shadow falls on the background. Plus, just the aesthetics of that image itself is slightly different, even though it was color corrected to meet the rest of them. Now, if you have some shot on a green screen, or with no shadow falling at the background, and you have Zara's falling on the background, this tells me that this was shot by different people and put together to make one video. If this is the case, if different people shot this video, where can one person find many people to shoot different videos and then edit it together? Now, in my previous life, I was a freelancer. So that was the first thing that came to my mind, freelance. Freelance site I used was Upwork. So I went over to Upwork to see if I could find those freelancers there. I looked through Upwork, and Upwork is not very image based. It's highly text based. So for a while I couldn't find anything. So I left Upwork. And then I remembered that when I was freelancing on Upwork, Upwork was going down. But as it was going down, another freelance site was going up, Fiverr. So I went over to Fiverr to check it out. Now just Googling men and women business ads on Fiverr didn't bring out too many results. So after doing that for about 30 to 45 minutes, I left that and decided to focus on the other ad first. I went and looked over the other ad. The logos there seemed like they were too flat. Now they moved with the yachts and with the people, but somehow even the movement itself felt like it was pasted on it, kind of like it was photoshopped on it. So I went back on Fiverr to see if I couldn't find the first video, maybe I'll find the second video. Scrolling through some of these, you see very similarly designed ones, like these ones and these ones. They all look very similar, but as I went through most of them, I didn't see the one I was looking for. Many looked very similar, but none were exactly like the one I wanted. It was a dead end for a while. But then as I looked through them, I realized that the people that designed these were mostly the same. So on this results, for instance, you can see that the same designers designed this. Design Levi, Design Levi. So as I scrolled through a bunch of them, I observed one more that had high rating and seemed to design a lot of these. And the name of the designer was The Ranker. On the Ranker's page, I saw a bunch of these. And I scrolled through them. They all seemed like some of the other ones I had seen until I got to one of them. Now, let me show you these two and you tell me what you think. This is the one on the GoldBooker YouTube page. Now let's include the one on the Ranker. In fact, the Ranker hasn't just done this as a showcase on Fiverr. It has done this for other companies. Now we know that the highlight video is also just super imprinted. But how about the workers video? I searched around to find the freelancers that did this as well. The way it's done on GoldBooker, you can tell that there was one final editor that made these all sync together. And that's what I couldn't find. If you have any inkling as to who these freelancers are, please leave a message in the comment section. How about the company itself? Someone had to register these. So I went back to the website of the company. When you come to legal, you see that GoldBooker is in fact registered in these different countries. Initially, I thought that these registrations were false Photoshop papers, but it turns out that these registrations, at the very least, the US registration is true. In the US, especially due to COVID, many states were forced to take their database online. But I could confirm that yes, this limited liability company, GoldBooker LLC, is in fact registered. That presents an opportunity. When you register a company, there has to be one registered agent. So I went to the website of the Secretary of State of Wyoming and I took the number here, their registration number here, and I searched for it. And sure enough, it showed up. GoldBooker LLC has this filing ID and was registered on December 12th, 2020, so a couple of months ago. Now I searched this principal address is just a registered agent in the state, but there still has to be one registrar. So I scrolled down and I looked through the history. There was nothing here except this. I'm going to open this, and the public notes had nothing here. But I clicked on the parties, and here we have an organizer. The name of the organizer is Amir Hamza, and he shares the same address as a registered agent. I clicked on this. This PDF brought its own results. On the very first page, you can see that the name of the registrar is Amir Hamza. But here we have more information. We have the email address here of Mr. Hamza. It's hamzaperosha@gmail.com. And we have a phone number here. I Googled this and it didn't bring up any results. So I instead Googled the daytime phone. When I Googled the daytime phone, I found many different things that raised an eyebrow. For instance, I found other companies that claim to be investment companies like this one, Single Profit and Foison. I'm going to do a little more research on these ones and follow up with whatever I find. It's really suspect that you have a bunch of investment companies that are using the same very information that this investment company is as well. Secondly, I found this, a website called LegalWix. LegalWix promises that it will register your company regardless of where you are in the world for a particular fee. But more interesting than that was where this company is situated. It's situated in Pakistan. Taking the name on the email address, Hamza Perosha, I went over to Google and I put just that in. The results that came included a couple of different Hamzas, but one caught my attention. Now again, note that I searched Hamza Perosha, and in those search results, there came one result from Facebook. That was for a man called Hamza Amir. This Hamza Amir in the search results lives in Perosha, Pakistan. So is this our guy? Now I'm going to do more research on this. If you have been scammed by this company, please reach out to me and let me know. I'm also going to be sending my findings after I do a little follow-up to the Royal Police in Canada. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please leave a like. If you identify any of the freelancers in this video, leave a comment in the comment section or send me an email directly. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.